Hi guys, Phil here. Just thought I'd let you know that the research, the SMILES study has finally been published, and the results for the lightning process are very, very positive. Now we have to balance this, of course, as always, with caution, because all research is just a process of gathering information. More research needs to be done. But the great news is that, first of all, it's been published. This is a first quantitative study. It tells us about the numbers, not just what people's opinions of the lightning process were. And also it concludes saying the lightning process is effective and probably cost effective for adolescents with mild and moderate CFS and ME, which is an extraordinary finding, and really backs up what we've been saying for a long time. It measured also pain, days at school, anxiety, depression, fatigue, general physical health, and the cost effectiveness of the treatment. Check out the study and the fact sheet we've sent to you. When we report this, people may ask us a bit more detail about it. Be clear, be cautious. We can say, look, this is great because it produces some, valid scientific evidence that supports what we found, but it is the beginning of, research. But now when people say, oh, is the lightning process effective, or have you any evidence? We have evidence. This is a big chunk of what we need to be able to tell people, yes, it does work. That's basically what the paper's saying. But we have to be cautious, as I say, because it only measured adolescents with mild or moderate CFS or ME. So people could argue, well, you can't extrapolate this to people with severe ME or non-adolescents, and then that's valid. We could say, yeah, it would be good to do research into that. This is certainly a starting point. The other really useful thing for us, and nice thing about this study, is they also looked for adverse effects, because people often go, the lightning process makes people worse. In this study, they found absolutely no adverse effects as a result of either taking the standard medical care or the specialist medical care, or the specialist medical care plus the lightning process. So no negative adverse effects as a result of taking the lightning process, which again is a brilliant thing. The other thing they found was that it compared favourably to CBT, but with CBT the results tended to tail off over a 12-month period, whereas with the lightning process they continued or increased. So it shows it's probably more effective as well than what CBT is doing. So really interesting results. Like particularly to thank all the people involved. So that's Alistair, who brought the project to our attention, Donna, Claire, Fiona, everybody else who's been involved in supporting it. It's been a long road, but this is a really, really significant moment for the lightning process, because it gives us a position to speak from, saying, yes, there is research that says the lightning process is effective, in brackets, for certain particular things in certain contexts, but it's a fantastic start. The results, how will they be appreciated by people? Well, the people who actually have an open scientific mind will be intrigued and go, hopefully we need to do more research. People have already decided the lightning process is no good, will look for weaknesses in the research and dismiss it as quickly as they possibly can. But it is quite difficult to dismiss randomized controlled trials. Anybody with a good scientific mind, yeah, you can look at it and pick holes in it, but fundamentally it's saying there's something interesting here, we need to look into this further. So how that all makes sense, if you have any questions, then send them in and we'll obviously answer them as clearly as we can. If you're not sure about what to say, just say, I'm not an expert in research, but this is, the quote is, this research finds the lightning process to be effective in cases of mild and moderate adolescent chronic fatigue, ME. See you guys soon.